Shh. Hey guys, and we are live again. Of course, it's Thursday night, man. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Dennis Moulton, aka Gotbot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, man. Check out Machinery of Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors NL, the Autobot family, me everywhere. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell, man, because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. And we're getting ready to kind of cover a few topics here. Welcome. I see everybody coming in. I already know that Larkin, Cato, and Sardo earlier had a little triumvirate meeting during Punch Counterpunch and talked about some of the things here that we're going to talk about tonight as well. Hopefully they'll be along to be able to kind of share their thoughts again as well, because I'm sure I'm going to forget what they said. Naturally, before we get into things, I have to kind of just get things set up here ever so slightly. So I'll take that out there like that. And I know that this is the glory. You know, I realize that your favorite part of these streams is watching me set things up. I understand, man. I know it's the fun thing. So who do we have here? Before we go on, I do need to, and like, it's been a busy day. Like, I had work today, then I had to edit during a workout after work and get up the review for Zetar, who is in the thumbnail of this very live stream. There was some promotion of some things that I wanted to put around to the world, not the least of which is the fact that we have episode 5 of Universal Collision coming up tomorrow night. We're going to talk about that and kind of where the future of the season is going. And it's a very appropriate conversation for us to have now. But before we do that, there's one thing that I wanted to add here that I did not remember to do. So I'm going to do it now while it's in my mind. And that is our trivia question. I just have to find our trivia question. That is easier said than done. Trivia questions. Oh, that's not what I needed. I need the one with the answers, man. I need the one with the answers. Maybe I'm not going to be able to do it tonight. Dragonfly is the one who gave us the questions, by the way, for the trivia, but he's after sending me so many messages with like different subject lines that I'm having trouble finding what I'm looking for. I might not be able to do this tonight. I tried so hard too, man, to kind of get everything together. Is this the questions? That's one question, but that's not what I'm looking for. No, I think I got it. Okay, here's the one for tonight. This is an easy one, I think. This is an easy one. What device gave Soundwave his distinctive voice? Is it A, the vocoder? Is it B, the Sonovox? Or is it C, the empty metal drum? I think that's an easy one for tonight. Even I already know the answer to that one. While you guys kind of talk about that, I'm going to check in and see who's here. Green Turtle Gaming, glad that you're here, buddy. David Hill, always happy you're here, buddy. My greatest stalker. My greatest stalker. What can I say? Maximal 10, so glad that you are here and online. Dragonfly, of course, we know is here. Oh, Larkin, I'm so glad you're here because I know you were part of that triumvirate a little earlier, so I may end up pulling on your ear a bit, as well as yours, Cato. Starscream wife, of course, is in. She has been feeling a little under the weather this week with a head cold that has been going around here, and it's been a really kind of vicious one that's been really knocking people down. I haven't got it, but I don't know if I'm, I'm either lucky or I'm invincible. One of the I like to think I'm invincible. It's probably just luck. Sam, so glad you're here, buddy. Let's see. Who else do we have here? That might be it so far, is it? Is that it? Yeah, no, I'm just checking in here. Hold on. Ninja Bill, I see that Ninja Bill is here as well. Always a pleasure, my friend. MWG here. That's fantastic as well. So, okay. What do we have to cover tonight? A few things. Very first thing. Earlier this week, we hit 2,200 subscribers. We've gone up since then. It was a little bit of a struggle to get there, but you know what? Every step is an important part of the journey. Absolutely believe that all the time. I thank you. I love you, each and every one of you, whoever sees this either now, live tonight, or after the fact. The community, me, and what I do here, it doesn't exist without you guys and your support. It is very humbling, and I hope that my appreciation for you guys being a part of this community comes through in kind of every opportunity that we have to interact, every video that you see that I do. I hope that how much I appreciate you guys absolutely comes true. What can I say, man? 2,300, 2,400, 2,500, 25,000. Bring it on, grow it. So a huge thank you. Also this week, one of the reviews was something a little different for me on the channel. It was her. Not really her. It was the Toyhax set for her. And it's not something that I've done often here on the channel. Patriot Prime covers it a lot. But I was happy to get this. It was a gift, as everybody knows by now. Great set, fantastic set. Much like Larkin has said, I usually like to customize my own figures, but Windblade being someone that kind of is late to the game and a fairly recent character, I'm kind of interested to see her customized with these labels, and I like the greater amount of red on the wings, so I enjoy it. But I'll say this: her stickers weren't cut perfectly. I don't know if that's common or if that's like just a QC thing for that set. And while they look beautiful, I find them very difficult and tedious to put on. I'll certainly do it, and I'm working now on God Ginrai, actually. But to say it's quick or easy or necessarily enjoyable would be way overstating the point. The big ones are fine, but there's so many itty bitty little teeny weeny ones that are so hard to do anything with. And I've had some people who have said that they've gotten like their husband or wife to apply it. I'm not tasking Starscream wife with this. Not even gonna try. She'll get frustrated and the figure will end up smashed against the wall or something, man. I've heard some people say that they find it therapeutic, and that's cool if you find it therapeutic. I've had some people say, hey, they're surprised I find it so challenging because I do the customs. I have zero hand-eye coordination. I've said this 100 times, man. If I can do custom work, anybody can do custom work. Anybody. I firmly believe that. I find the stickers significantly more challenging than doing any of my custom work, if you can believe that. I know, strange, but it's true. Nevertheless, they do look absolutely beautiful. The only thing I really wanted to mention there is that it's not an easy thing to do, but the end result is fantastic. What else do we have here? Couple of pre-order things. Of course, obviously, I got Zetar and Nightbird in. I looked at Nightbird yesterday in episode 598. I looked at Zetar just about an hour and a half before we went live here tonight. His review is just up if you haven't seen it yet. And I also show in his review the 2 configurations from the Takara stock photography. Not what's in his instructions, not the configurations for his weaponizer modes that we know from Brunt, but the ones from Takara, which are 2 different versions. So if for no other reason, check it out and see what those configurations are like. One of them I like to call Armed to the Teeth, and you'll see why. Then we come to a couple of pre-orders that I don't have in yet. I don't have Thundercracker in yet or Lancer in yet. I am keeping a very close eye right now on the Rainmakers. I did this week see my very first Studio Series Constructicon long haul. I haven't picked them up because I haven't heard the best things. I don't know. You guys tell me, is any good? He does seem big and bulky. I'll give him that. I think he'll be great in robot mode, great in combined mode, but I've heard that the dump truck is a little iffy. But that's the first of the Constructicons that I've seen as long haul. I haven't seen any of the other three that are out. Who is it? Hightower. I think it's Hightower. And I don't know. I don't even Rampage, who's by rights a member of the Predacons. I don't know. I don't even know the third guy's name. Don't care. Don't even care. But keeping a close eye on the Rainmakers. And then that brings me to one more that wasn't really a pre-order per se, but that I thought I was going to get. There were about 24 or 25 Cromars put out on the shelf of my local Toys R Us. And of course, I, being me, was very excited to go pick one up. So I went to Toys R Us after I got off work, no less. And right now, there's a lot of construction on the road in front of our Toys R Us, like enough that 4 lanes are reduced to 1 lane. So getting around Toys R Us is not fun or easy at the moment. Got in there finally, went in, picked up Cromar, took him up to the cash register, and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't sell this to you." What do you mean you can't sell it to me? I have it in hand. What are you talking about? And they said, "Yeah, but there's a street date of October 4th. I was like, who cares? Just scan another one. It's $29.99, same as the other ones. Just scan it. No, would not do it. I do not understand why Toys R Us would want to alienate a customer, would want to not sell something. I don't get that. Why would you not want to sell something? You had a guaranteed sale, right? Guaranteed profit right there that day. And you chose not to sell it. I don't get. Somebody, please explain to me the point of street dates. I've never understood it. Never understood. As far as I'm concerned, a street date should be the absolute time that product is available. If it happens to arrive earlier, it should be put out earlier. If you have a product in store, you should sell it. It's as simple as that. Anything else is bad business. And honestly, if a manager doesn't sell it, I don't know if they should be a manager. If I was a manager of a store and I had a product to sell, and my manager came back to me and said, "Why didn't you sell that?" And I said, "Because there was a street date." I would expect them to fire me. That's idiotic. You missed out on profit because of a piece of writing? That's dumb. I'm sorry. That's bad business. I've harped on it enough. Not going to harp on it anymore. But do you guys agree with me, or do you think street dates should be a thing? I don't know. I'm going to check in. I know you guys have been talking. So I'm going to check in here now and see what you've been saying, basically, because I know that there's been a lot of conversation while I've been covering some of these topics here, and I don't want to be all night here. I really don't, because it's been a long day, man. I still have some laundry to take care of, and obviously I'm taking care of a bit of a sick wife, as you all know. Although she's doing better today, which is great. I'm very thankful for that. So going down here, let's see what you guys have been saying. Starscream wife mentioned that YouTube notified her of the live stream like a day later or something. So that was, you gotta love the notifications. There's more. Typing is hard. I agree, Larkin. Typing is hard. Going down, Sam. Think you'll be interested to know, Dennis. I've been working on that Optimus redesign of mine. I showed you a while back, but have also developed redesigns for Megatron Soundwave. Interesting, Sam. Keep me apprised of how those redesigns are going, Sam. I just seen the Z-Tower review also, and it was great. The Z-Tower review was fun. I love the Brunt mold. I love it as Z-Tower. I mean, he gets like a drill hat. Come on. All the joints on Z-Tower are actually better than they are on Brunt, and they're fantastic on Brunt. So it's hard to make them better.
Is that the unicorn transformer?
That's the unicorn one, yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. With the kind of like doofy face. I don't even know if you looked at his face, but it's a bit of a doofy face. But he's fantastic, and doing the Takara mode's fantastic. Green Turtle Gaming. I haven't seen all of Universal Collision. Well, you should catch up, buddy. It's all I can say. You should catch up, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. And you're going to have some time to catch up. Yeah, David, YouTube is definitely not playing. It's definitely not playing favorites with me. I'm not one of his favorite sons. I promise you. Some people saying hi to each other. Trivia question today. What? Does anybody know where I stashed what Maximal 10? I didn't stash anything, man. Email. Oh, the email. Where did I stash? I have a folder called important, and it's in the folder called important. And why I couldn't find it in the folder called important, I'm not smart. I don't know. I'm not very smart. I'm old, a little bit senile. I don't know. A little bit of all of the above. Starscream wife apologizing for her sniffles, but we've all been sick, man. Going down here. MWG, if I didn't say welcome, of course. And MWG, of course, got the answer right. The vocoder. Absolutely, it is. What? That's crazy. The trivia question was about Soundwave because I was just drawing him. That's pretty cool, Sam. The scraplets are petri dishes? Oh, yeah. Children bring home germs from school. It's rotten. That being said, I'm a teacher. I'm a substitute teacher, so like I'm at different schools all the time. Don't see me bringing home a bunch of germs and being sick. Ugh. No, I don't even like touching like test papers and stuff. To be fair though, an adult in a school, unlike a child in a school, is more likely to wash their hands 500 times a day. You have to, because you know that a school is a place where there's a lot of germs, because naturally there's a lot of people. It's a public place. It's a public space, right? So you have to do what you can to kind of take care of yourself. So I think like something as simple as hand washing becomes very second nature. It's funny. I went today. I love when we kind of go off on a tangent here. I went today to pick up supper. Some of you would call it dinner, that main evening meal. Here we call it supper. And Starscream wife wanted to have fish, a piece of battered cod here. Usually it's haddock elsewhere where most of you probably live, but battered cod and poutine. And a lot of you may know that poutine is basically French fries with gravy and usually cheese curds, but you can also have shredded cheese. And the place where I got it, like I've gotten it for her there a lot. Enough that like they know me. And I walked in and the guy there said, "Your wife must be hungry today, is she?" I said, "She's hungry and she's sick." So they took my order and gave it to me. And of course, they wished her well. So like she's been getting a lot of good vibes and good energy and good support from people, including you guys. So it's great. Going down here. Wants to see you do a custom. What? Larkin. Gotbot wants to see you do a custom wind blade. Will you accept it? You know what, David, there wasn't any challenge for Larkin to do a custom wind blade, but now that you've mentioned it, why not? Well, I'm not doing a custom wind blade because I didn't need to. But Larkin, you go for it, man. Let's see. The little decals are the most fun. Kato, I don't know if you're being sincere or if you're being sarcastic. If you're being sincere, then no, they're not. You're morally wrong. If you're being sarcastic, then yeah, I'll laugh along with you and agree. That's like some of them are itty bitty teen, like they're like the size of a pimple. Like it's ridiculous how small some of them are. My cat can't make what? My cat can't make customs. Okay. You're right, Dave. Not everyone can do high quality customs, but like everyone could do my level of quality customs. You know, I firmly believe, though I put a little extra TLC like in the blaster because that was a commission. I firmly believe anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I've said that 100 times and nobody listens to me, man. Let's see, going down here. I know I'm missing some of the conversation here. I think I'm doing a bit better, like getting through these quickly. I know I'm missing some guys, and I apologize for that. But like I said, I don't want to be forever. Constructicons, Cromar Knight. Cromar would be nice if they'd sold them to me, TF Fan Geek, but they didn't. So nuts to that. Yeah, here's the thing. Maximal 10 just noted it there. I wasn't sold the Cromar because of this street date, but I know for a fact that Toys R Us stores across Canada have been selling him. So the street date has already been broken. There was no reason not to. He's in the system. I should have got him. As simple as that. Let's see. Some of my reviews. I've never heard, Ninja Bill, I've never heard cats in your reviews, but I bet you that there's an inside joke there that I'm just missing. Let's see. I got to go back up here to here. Is getting angry. We won't like him when he's angry. You won't like me. Nobody likes me when I'm angry. I'm an ornery kind of dude, you know. I'm sure they wanted to sell, but didn't want to have. Who cares, Kato? You said you're sure they wanted to sell, didn't want to have Hasbro come down. Who cares about Hasbro? I don't, not in the least. B, I can almost guarantee you that they would not have anything to say about one piddly little store on our little island. I can guarantee you that they most likely don't even know that we exist on the map. Yeah, simple as that. Let's see. I hate street dates. That's why Amazon. Yeah, like again, Amazon, for example. You know why I don't have my Thundercracker yet? Because he's street dated for October 1st. Why? Who cares? He's obviously been sold in other countries and whatnot before that. He's out there. You have him in your warehouse. Sell him. This is ridiculous. It just makes you guys look bad and weak and foolish as far as I'm concerned. Finding Triple Force Friday stuff early. Locked out because of employment mistakes. I don't know what Triple Force Friday is, so good for them. I don't know. Good for them, I guess. Larkin says if they break street date, they could lose their account with Hasbro. Do you have any idea how many companies break street date? I don't believe that they would do that at all. Not for a second, especially here in Canada, because guess what? There's so few retailers here, online or brick and mortar, so few in this country that they can't afford to lose one. I'm going to say this. I think that Hasbro needs Toys R Us more than Toys R Us needs Hasbro. And that's the truth. Helter Skelter. No. Helter Skelter just said it right there. Street Date is a Hasbro thing, not a Toys R Us thing. I'm sure it is a Hasbro thing, but I still don't understand why it exists. It's just another one of those bad business decisions that makes them look bad. How do they help small retailers is what I'd like to know, Larkin. How do street dates help small retailers? Because I can tell you that the small retailers here don't carry. We don't have any small retailers that carry Transformers. I don't believe it. Do you get fined heavily for breaking street dates? I don't believe it. I don't believe that for a second. I think that it's one of those things. You remember when you were little and you would like, you know, you'd like get a videotape and it was like, you know, you can't show this in establishments or bars or blah, 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 blah. And people would always like record shows and record tapes, and they always, you know, would get them and like they'd show them at restaurants and bars and stuff. And guess what? Nobody was ever fined, man. Nobody was ever fined. It's one of those like empty threats. It's simple as that. This you can always stop this anytime you decide you have to switch your hand, so to speak. I don't know what you mean, David. You can always stop this anytime you decide you have the switch in your hand, so to speak. Oh, I get okay. Larger ones normally get them earlier due to logistics. None around here get them early, Larkin. I mean, I just told you guys that I've seen one Constructicon. That's it. One Constructicon. Nothing comes here early, so nothing any good comes here early. The thing was, I saw pics of the shipping box for Cromar, and it was not, I repeat, Maximal 10 saw the shipping box for Cromar, the shipping box, and the shipping box was not labeled with any sort of a street date. So guess what? There was nothing that would indicate that it was not supposed to go out on the shelves. And you could say that there's fines, and you could say, oh, it's a Hasbro thing, or blah, 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 blah. Here's the bottom line. They're stupid, and they shouldn't exist. There you go. Start making good choices. It's just another bad choice, man, in a line of bad choices. Advantage over the smaller shops at times have. Again, no smaller shops here carry them. So, again, it doesn't affect here. What do we have here? A couple of people love Zetar. I absolutely agree. It's fantastic. The street dates seem to be slapped on after the fact. Of course, was slapped on after the fact. Haphazardly, naturally, is probably planned for reveal at NYCC next week. Can't sell him too early. I can't. NYCC, I said it last week, NYCC is going to be the Unicron show again. Who cares? Like, I'm not even looking forward to New York Comic Con at this point because I have such lowered expectations. Anything they reveal will excite me because I expect them to reveal next to nothing. That's where I'm to. They are shipped after the fact to smaller retailers. Don't get them on time. Big retailers, Larkin, don't get them on time. If that was the case, then our latest wave of Studio Series Deluxes would not be the wave with Barricade and Green Bumblebee. That's the latest one we've got, and they're still clogging the shelves. Hey, Snoke, happy you're here. Going down. Dragonfly got the Dino cassettes today. Nice find, buddy. Zetar looks like a unicorn. She's right, because he has that lovely hat. I love his hat. Zetar Unicorn Larkin says, yeah, he's right. Poutine equals food of the gods. Maybe food of the gods. TF Fangeek, my customs are mediocre, but I still love doing them. It's like anything else, man. It's a skill. You develop it over time. I mean, we all do that. We talked about it pretty extensively last week. I hope that they reveal a Scorponok soon to Joker, but sadly, I'm not holding my breath. Honestly, if we get something of a Scorponok at New York Comic Con, I'll be really happy. Truth is, if he's going to be the next one, I kind of would be surprised if we saw anything before Toy Fair in February. That's where I'm thinking. I hope we see something before that. I really hope to be surprised next week, but I'm not expecting it. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong. This is one of those times where I really hope I'm wrong and that there's a bunch of exciting new things revealed for all of us. When it comes to customs, not great, not awful. Good. Don't want to. Oh, you know, Starscream Wife just said, if anyone gets the Studio Series Drift and they don't want, that's the SS36, and they don't want the baby Dinobots, she wants them. Now, I don't really care, but she wants them. She thinks they are absolutely adorable. So kind of like the coin, the baby Dinobots would go in her collection. But she doesn't really want the Drift. She just wants the baby Dinobots. That being said, the Drift is pretty good too. Let's see. And where am I here? Larkin got to pick his daughter up. I feel like Larkin always does that. He's such a great dad. He always does that during the live show. But my redesigns are generally aspect of each version of the character, and I blend them together. Sam talking about his designs here a little bit, guys. If you haven't read his comments, read them, because creative designs, honestly. Someone once told me I put him to sleep with one of my videos. Really? You know, honestly, TFN, like, don't even feel bad about it, man. Do you know how much shade I've had thrown at me over the years? I even now, I have this one dude or dudette, I don't know, and immediately after I upload anything or almost anything, they will immediately give a thumbs down. Very first thing, it's probably been up 2 seconds. They obviously have not looked at any of it at all, and thumbs down immediately. I don't even know why they wasted time. I don't care, but like, people are going to do it, man. People are going to do it. I find your voice very therapeutic, to be honest with you. It's such a calming, even effect. Not like my loud, boisterous nonsense voice. Once your baby downabouts and Canada doesn't know. See, Maximal 10 just said Canada doesn't know Newfoundland exists, let alone Hasbro. My corner of California. Star Wars stuff is Triple Force Friday. See, I wouldn't know. I'm not much of a Star Wars guy. Never was. Starscream wife is more of a Star Wars guy than me. Well, Star Wars girl than me. What's a Newfoundland? Yeah, that's right. Triple Force Friday at Denny's. I like Denny's. Could I get a triple stack? That'd be great. Now I want some Denny's. Get fined heavily for breaking street dates. I don't believe that. Like, Kato, I don't believe that. You get fined heavily for breaking street dates? Come on. No, you don't. They say you do, but no, you don't. Later, TFN Geek. We do not have a Toys R Us anymore, so have to rely on Walmart. See, again, though, like, you rely in the States on Walmart and Target. I don't know. Don't you guys, like, and somebody correct me here, do you guys still have, like, Kmart and, like, I don't know, JC Penney, and, like, don't you guys have, like, a bunch of stores? You have that Ollie's place that's full of stuff. Here we don't really have any of that. Like, everybody used to talk about, like, the Trypticons for like $49.99 or whatever it was at Ollie's. I think the cheapest I ever saw, like, Trypticon here was, I want to say about 179. I think. Now, I could be corrected about that, but, like, it was nothing super duper cheap. Walmart gets fined, but they just pay it. Walmart, well, maybe Walmart does get fined. I'm sure Walmart don't care. I'm sure Target didn't care. They always break street dates. Even here, they used to break street dates. I love Target. Brund, Refractor, and Red Alert have only shown up here in Ireland. I've gotten the forward. What? The likes of Brund, Refractor, and Red Alert have only just shown up here. They've only just shown up here too, Sam. Don't feel bad. Like, when I did the review of them, what, a week ago, maybe? That was the first sighting of them here. So there you go. Like, I got them the day that they were seen. The Refractor was a little bit later because I was waiting on the other two of him. So if you go back and see when I reviewed, say, Brunt and Red Alert, that day, if not the day before, was when I picked them up. So very recently. Believe it or not, it happened to video game stores like GameStop. Okay, fair enough. I stand corrected then. Kato and Maximal 10 make me stand corrected. Fine, they get fined, whatever. Then, you know what? Then Hasbro should go back and look at their business practices and eliminate this nonsense street day thing. Ship it out, get better distribution. We've all complained about the distribution before. Get better distribution, make sure stores got it, and as soon as they got it, encourage them to put it out right away so that fans don't have to wait any longer than they absolutely have to. There you go. Let's see. You can be fined, and you can be fined for not using a... What? For using a map pricing? What's map pricing? I know I do Purchasing companies will send you a warning. A lot of companies use a sweeping program. Is that right? I'm learning a lot here tonight. Joker, I'm going to read your entire comment here. You can be fined, and you can be fined for not using I don't know what map pricing is, MSRP pricing maybe. I know I do purchasing. We're hearing from somebody who does purchasing. Companies will send you a warning. A lot of companies use a sweeping program. Interesting. Again, though, it goes back to get rid of street dates. They're frustrating and idiotic, and you do enough frustrating and idiotic things that we don't need these street dates. That's what I'm going to say about that. And I stand by, friends. Drop a combiner in with the siege like a devastator. I doubt it, Snoke. Why would they drop a devastator in there? We have the Combiner Wars 1, and it scales perfectly with Siege Omega Supreme. Don't see that they need to do a devastator. I'd be down for them actually doing a North American release of Piranacon. I'd be cool with that, because I'm not paying double the price for that combiner. That's nuts. Ninja Bill got to go. And as I go down here, got something partially G1 related here. Hopefully one day I can complete it and get you to review it. Interesting Maximal 10. I look forward to seeing it. Kmart is almost gone in Oklahoma. We got Ollie's. Okay. Dragonfly still working on the restore of the G1 tailgate. I found that was a big restore. Dragonfly showed me a G1 tailgate that he was working on. Huge restore for that thing, man. Huge restore. It'll be great if he can actually get it done. Street dates are inflicted by movie makers sometimes. I get it for movie makers, MWG. I understand that because they have those release dates and they do this big promo up to it. But something like, wave 4 of the Siege line, there's no big promo going up to it. There's not. The pictures have been out there for a long time. There's no need to hold it back if the store has it. The pictures have been shown for the Power Dashers for a long time. There's no need to hold them back. I don't agree with street dates. Same with video games, though. I don't agree with them for video games either. It's not just, don't get me wrong, it's not just for Transformers. I don't agree with it for video games. I don't agree with it for board games, for Star Wars, unless they're doing a big event like this Triple Force Friday thing. They're building that up as a big thing. I get that. But otherwise, I don't see the point. I don't understand why they would do it when their marketing department is trash and don't really do any build up to it. Simple as that, man. Okay, so that brings us down to our last two things: reveals of the week and rumors of 2020. Reveals of the week, pretty straightforward here. I've seen the Cheetor, the Cyberverse Cheetor in hand. I didn't buy it. It's $40, and it seems like a small, or at least a very slender deluxe. I'm looking at, I mentioned it last week, and I'm going to be looking at the Ultimate Optimus Prime and this guy coming up next week. They're on loan to me. These are not mine. And the plastic, it feels like a KO. Now, maybe that's actually to its benefit, and I'll talk about that when I review it. But it feels like a KO, and I would be afraid that Cheetor might feel the same way, because the Na does, even though I love the Na. So I've seen it maybe on the right sale, half price, it might be worth it, but I love the head sculpt. I'll say that. And maybe I'm being too hard on it because I haven't had it in hand. It is at least well articulated, and I respect it for that. What else? Siege Wave 4 has been spotted in Canada. It's not here yet. I doubt it'll be here soon. Same with the Rainmakers. They have been spotted at Toys R Us and have actually been out. And guess what? Unlike Cromar, you can actually buy the Rainmakers. Again, as of yet, they have not been spotted here, but I am certainly keeping my eyes peeled for them. We also found out this week that Deep Cut is putting out little miniature figurines that are kind of cast in gray. You can leave them that way, or you can paint them yourself. Now, I've mentioned them because, fine, they're nice statues, but it's also a great opportunity for people who are, say, beginning customizers to practice some custom paint work on something that has just a base gray. I think it's a great way for customizers to start to build some beginning skills. What else do we have here? By the way, the deep cut figurines that are out is Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Megatron, and Starscream. You know, the usual suspects, man. New pictures came out of Scavenger for the Studio Series line. I thought that his name was Demolisher, but okay. Scavenger doesn't look like the G1 Scavenger, but whatever. He's fine. He's a weird looking lad, but he looks true to the character. We also saw pictures of Studio Series Shockwave. I like Shockwave, man. I like him. I like the mold. It's that Megatron mold. Some changes, obviously, a new head. I like the purple, but it's a good mold. Nothing wrong with it. X-Transbots showed their Death Wish and Overheat. They're versions of Dead End and Drag Strip. And I'm going to say this. I think the X-Transbots Stunticons look fantastic. I know that X-Transbots has had a bit of a spotty history, but they really seem to be kind of garnering some good attention with their Stunticons. Speaking of Stunticons, we also saw the images for Fans Toys Magnum, their take on Wild Rider, which looks significantly better than Spoiler. Now, I've seen a lot of people defend Spoiler, their version of Breakdown. I still think the guy looks spindly and skinny. I'm not a fan. I'm not a Fans Toys fan anyway, but I'm not a fan of that. I do like their Wild Rider. It looks much better. Still kind of thin, but looks much better. What I am a fan of from Fans Toys is their Air Raid that got revealed the week. Air Raid for their Superion looks amazing. That being said, all of these are combiners. Are any of these going to live up to be as good as what Zeta has done? Because I feel like right now Zeta might be the king of combiners. You guys might disagree, but I feel like in the third-party market, they're like the king of combiners. Cyberverse Season 2. I've actually seen a couple of episodes. It has not premiered here yet. I managed to find them online. You know what? I only kind of watched them very briefly, very quickly. Didn't pay all the attention I could to them because I am waiting for them to actually premiere. I like where the story is going, though. I like that B is trying to figure out what he saw on the moon. I even like that Grimlock. What was it? Like he tried that Energon or whatever it was and went in Dino mode. And like he was kind of like the goofy Grimlock that we all know and love, even though his robot mode is kind of a refined Grimlock. So I'm kind of liking where Season 2 might be headed. Pop culture shock. Megatron statue also revealed the week. It looks gorgeous. Statue. It's art. Not a figure. It's art. We found out that the Siege Nemesis Prime is going to be available in Australia from EB Games and I think Zing. What can I say? I wish that EB Games in Canada was carrying that Nemesis Prime for a reasonable price, no less. I'm not down for paying double the cost, but who knows? Maybe we'll luck out. We saw more images of MP45 Bumblebee. It looks like he's going to come with his own version of Spike. Makes sense. Maybe that Spike is tolerance better than the kind of trash one that came with MP44. And it looks like that there's also like a sticker sheet maybe with them. And I don't understand what that's supposed to be in reference to. I don't know. I have no idea what that's in reference to. And then finally we get to the 2020 rumors. And the 2020 rumors are just that for now. They're rumors. So take them with a... Sorry, my eye is bothering me. Take them with a grain of salt. But here's kind of what we have. Rumor of the Hot Rod Patrol and the Military Patrol. I assume that they'll be Micromasters. Down for both. I like the idea of both. I'll get both. Then a Deluxe Cliff Jumper. Probably an interesting choice because it's been a while since we've had a Cliff Jumper. A lot of people have said, including Kato and the lads earlier, that, you know, we didn't get a B in the first part of the like the Siege line. We didn't get a Bumblebee, and we're getting a Cliff Jumper now. I assume it will eventually be repainted into Bumblebee or maybe retooled slightly. And I agree with them when they said that we've kind of had a lot of Bumblebee stuff because of the movie and whatnot, like too much Bumblebee stuff. And that's probably why they're putting some distance there. Plus, they have gotten in the habit in the last few years of kind of putting the repaint out before the main use of the figure. a cliff jumper before Bumblebee might make sense. I don't think I want the deluxe cliff jumper. I feel like that'd be too big. Of course, they'll probably make it a small deluxe, sort of like Refractor. But my Legends cliff jumper, I think, still works for me, unless this one really blows my socks off, you know? We also found out that we're going to get a Wheeljack. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. I think most people expected a Wheeljack. Will it be a Cybertronian mode or an Earth mode? I don't know. Will it be something that replaces my classics? We will see. The Combiner Wars didn't, but this one might. Hoist. I like the Generations Hoist. This will have to be something really good and super accurate to replace that one, because I do like that mold and that figure. Grapple. I have the Generations Grapple, or I think it's Reveal the Shield, maybe Grapple, whatever it was. Solar Storm Grapple. I love that mold. I think it's very accurate to the character. I think it's a fun mold. Will the new one be better? If it's not a crane truck, get it out of here. You know, I want it accurate. If he has an orange head or a yellowy head, whatever, that could help. Then we get something interesting. Well, 3 interesting things. One is Ironworks, a deluxe Ironworks. Now, we just got Iron Tread in the Siege 10-pack, and he's based on G1 Ironworks that came with the construction site. I reviewed this recently. I said that I'd love to see that playset kind of given a modern-day update. Are we going to get the construction site to go with this? Or are we just going to kind of get like a truck version upsized to deluxe of Ironworks? I find that one weird. Then we're getting a rumor of Starscream Earth mode. Really? That bugs me. See, you just put out the 3 Seekers, and I was all ready to say, you know what? We got all 3 Seekers in the first round. Like, it didn't take us years to get all 3 of the main Seekers. That's fantastic. And now you're saying they're going to be replaced. Now I know what you're going to say. Yes, but this will be Earth mode, and the Siege is Tetrajet mode. Not everybody wants a whole bunch or has the space for a whole bunch of representations of a character. Plus, I don't know, man. We had a Voyager Starscream and Power of the Primes. Now we've got another Voyager Starscream, and now they've announced another Voyager Starscream. Is anyone else seekered out? I'm just saying. And finally, a Leader Class Optimus Prime with his trailer. And Maximal 10 asked me earlier what I thought this was going to be. I think it's going to be very much like the Studio Series Leader Class Optimus Prime. I think we're going to get the Siege Optimus, probably with a new cab over part, even though I customized mine. I think we're basically going to get that Siege Optimus with a cab over part. I think it's going to be a trailer that turns into some sort of a battle station or something. It's probably going to be some reworked version of the Studio Series trailer, I would think. Time will tell, but again, I feel like this could very well be like that. Or could it be like an Armada sort of Optimus, or from something else? I don't know. Like, as I say, Optimus with trailer, I'm thinking G1, but maybe it won't be G1 at all. I mean, we did get Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime, and that certainly wasn't G1. All of this right now is rumor. I have a funny feeling a lot of it will prove to be true, if not all of it. Going to go back checking with you guys before we go to our last topic here, and see what you guys have to say. And I know a few people have come in since. Nice Insecticons are awesome. Okay, I'm assuming he's talking so. Pass on the Cyberverse figs. Plastic. The plastic does sound cheap. You're right. I want a couple of Nas. I have one Na. I'd be down for 2 more and have a nice little trio of the Nas. Let's see. Rainmakers are getting restocked. Rainmakers are getting restocked in the US. They're just barely coming out here. I don't get this. I don't get this distribution, man. Going down here.
I'm sorry.
No, that's what you got to do. What you got to do. You're sick. No more Bumblebees, please. I agree with Devlin. I'm so Bumblebeed out. Hoist and Grapple. I'm happy with the ones we got, but it's fine if they're updated. Absolutely fine. They're not overdone. I think that it's nice to see it. Absolutely nice to see it. Going down. Earth Starscream. Yeah, I'm not a Fans Toys fanboy. Their limbs are now $120 a piece. Forgive me, Bobby, speaking blasphemy. I doubt Bobby is going to see your comment. I really doubt it. But, you know, yeah, I've never been a fanboy for Fans Toys personally. You know, to each their own. I get it. Can make Cliff Jumper smaller, but give him the huge. They could make Cliff Jumper smaller, but make up the plastic content with the accessories. You're right, Sam. They could do that. Snoke likes the MP21 Bumblebee. I still think that's better than the MP45. I don't like the MP45. True, and hope they are all Earth modes. I tend to agree with you, Kato. If the rumors are true, I hope they're all Earth modes as well, especially Wheeljack. I really I saw the art on the box, and if that's an indication of what we're actually going to get, I think it looks good and I like it. And I think the art was on maybe Springer's box, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Devlin loves his Solar Storm grapple. It's fine if it's updated. I don't know if I need it. We need Micromaster Erector. I agree, we do. I love that little base. I think it's fantastic. I believe it's a Kato and the boys earlier said that they believe that Ironworks is going to be a place, and I hope they're right. Going down here, let's see. Almost every Transformer packed in robot mode now, so Optimus will have some sort of super robot mode. Yeah, he may have a super robot mode. The trailer may be able to link up with him somehow, maybe a jetpack type of thing, like a jet wing type of deal. I don't know. I do love the Rainmakers. I got them a couple of weeks ago. Well, you're lucky, Joker. I don't have them yet. But I'm looking forward to them. Okay, and that brings us to the last official thing here, man. The last official thing, and that is, of course, going to be tomorrow, is episode 5 of Universal Collision. It is titled Linkages. And I think it's a fitting title because of where we're to in the story. We have, just to kind of I guess, establish who's related to who. We have Optimus being tailed by Bludgeon's group, and Optimus and his guys are aboard Skylinks, and they've met up with the aerial bots and Skyfire, and they've learned that you have the Fallen lurking around, and that's kind of where that's to at the moment. Then we have Nova and his group aboard the Metroplex, and they're being followed by, I believe, Overlord and his crew. And now, we don't know a whole lot there yet, though that will be coming up. And we have Rodimus and his group. They were aboard the Fortress. The Fortress just recently crashed on a planet after having an encounter with the Fallen. And Rodimus had to be rebuilt. And they are now kind of linked up with Ginrai's group. And the Decepticons there were led by Zarek. And Zarek has now been contacted by Megatron and the Fallen and kind of linked up with that group. And then that brings us to Sentinel, which is where tomorrow's episode kind of begins, because we haven't checked in with Sentinel and his crew in a while. Sentinel's crew includes, among others, Blaster, Quick Switch, and the Technobots. And they're all traveling back to Cybertron aboard Sentinel, and they are being tailed by Steeljaw and his crew aboard the Trypticon warship. And we're going to see Sentinel sort of run out of power. And he's going to have to land. And they're going to go to Swerve's Bar. And Swerve's Bar this time around is actually going to be on a moon. And this moon lies between two groups of Autobots. A group of Autobots led by Alita 1 and a group of Autobots led by Ginrai. Keep that in mind. We're starting to see how certain groups of Autobots are coming together, because we already know Rodimus and his team have met up with Ginrai's group. And now potentially we could see Sentinel's team meet up with Ginrai and Rodimus' team. So we're starting to get bigger groups come together. Of course, we're going to also start to see bigger groups come together for the Decepticons. The action, the danger will ramp up and amp up in this episode. Now that being said, while all of that is amping up in this episode, episode 6 is the one that I'm currently working on. I do not know if it will be ready. Like, we've been on a 2-week schedule. I'm hoping that episode 6 will be done in time to be our mid-season finale. And then I will spend some time working on the rest of season 2, because it's all filmed. The story's done. Work on the rest of season 2. I will get those episodes to you as soon as possible. Me and my glorious voice cast. We're working on it, guys. I have a job, I have a family, I have a life. I can only do so much. Same with my voice cast. I mean, they have busy lives too, but we're doing all we can. When season 2 is done and we go towards season 3, there's actually going to be significantly more kind of bonus episodes, is what I'm planning, leading to the official season 3, because there's going to be things to sort of tie up. And I really want to do that. So tomorrow is largely a story about Sentinel Prime and his crew and where things are going there. And we're going to see groups of Autobots come together and groups of Decepticons come together. We're also going to see the debut in this story of Computron and the ever-popular Bruticus. So hopefully you guys will join me for the live premiere tomorrow evening and the chat there as well. I can't tell you in distance. To drive there, it's about 7.3 kilometers. 7.3 kilometers according to Google. Takes about 10 minutes to drive there. So that's where we're to with the story for tomorrow. A little bit of a preview, some characters that you're going to see. Combiners are going to start to get into the mix, and you know that things only become more and like dangerous and pronounced when they get in the mix. Plus, we're also going to learn more about G-Axis. I would highly advise, if you haven't done it, for anybody not caught up, there was a bonus episode with G-Axis and Lockdown. A lot of what happened in that bonus episode will be revisited tomorrow night. Going to go back here now and check in on what you guys have been saying here, because I know a few things went up there. That they could make Cliff Jumper smaller, blah, blah. We already done that. Going down here a little bit. Maximal 10. I was thinking Armada or G2 tanker truck for the Leader Class Optimus Prime. Yeah, you could be right, man. I wouldn't doubt it for a second. I lean toward G2 tanker because of the upgrade set for the RTS Prime. Maybe it could be the tanker Optimus. If that's the case, that's fine. I think that's what they call Laser Optimus. It has its fan base. Not me, but it has its fan base. Armada styled Optimus. He's my favorite design for him, honestly. Well, then, you know what, Sam? For your benefit, I hope it's the Armada Optimus. That's true. The Armada Optimus was a break, and of course, Bolt Matrix is set on fire. I would hope that an updated one wouldn't set on fire. Rainmakers are awesome. Says Roland Redneck. You know what? Honestly, I hope you're right, because I wouldn't know yet. Although I love the mold, so I expect the Rainmakers to be fantastic. Armada Prime. Wonder if that's the one they meant. Green Turtle Gaming. It could be the Armada Prime. You could be right, buddy. Almost every Transformer is packed in robot mode now. We already saw that. How do I do love the Rainmakers. Going down here. What does Snoke say? I may have seen Perceptor on some Siege packaging. It might be Ironhide, but if they do a Siege Perceptor, that's fine. I like the Titans Return one. If it's better than that, cool. But I really like the Titans Return one. Although, that being said, he was difficult to find for a lot of people. So redoing him yet again and giving him a better release might be a good thing. look at Kato being a gent. Gas money to go back and get Cromar. I appreciate that, buddy. Honestly, I really do, because you'd be surprised, man, how difficult it kind of is. Because while I said it's about 10 minutes away, that's if you could go down the street straight to get there. You can't. You have to take the back way around, so it's actually a bit longer than going there straight because of that construction. It's really bad. And that construction is going till the end of November. Makes driving to work in the morning fantastic. No, you may not. Gas is $1.24 a liter. He has no life. Are you saying I have no life? Yes. Why do I have no life? You don't. I have a life. Okay. I have a life? I have you and work and the youngsters and all of my work and all of these people. I have a rich life. She don't know what she's talking about. I have a full life, man. I'm not lonely or sad. It's a full life. No, honestly, it's pretty full life. I do all right. How far is the store? Going down. Is not as I am not into sports at all. How about Edge? Oliver, am I a fan of the Growlers? I don't know anything about them. Starscream Wife's totally right. She is the one to ask, honestly. She is absolutely the one to ask. I don't know. Going down here, maybe we get Runabout with upcoming Runamuck. I hope we do get Runabout. Let's see. You're a funny guy. Maximal 10. Buckle up, because if retailers had anything to do with it next year, that the entire building is going to get worked over. What? Oh, really? Really, Maximal 10? That would be rough. Okay, so all that being said, the last point to make today is all these exciting, rumors and reveals for 2020. Let's not forget that we've also heard that we're getting yet another price increase. So is that Earth Mode Voyager Starscream going to be higher than the 40 Canadian for Voyager now, or the 30 US? Could you in the US be looking at 35 for that Starscream? Could we in Canada be looking at 50 for that Starscream? I don't know. Food for thought. Let's hope not. Let's hope that we just get good toys, good characters, good additions to our collections that we can all enjoy. And that being said, I've gone through everything. I've been on here a long time. I appreciate you guys coming by and giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I know how important it is to you, man. As always, please hit that subscribe button. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there's a donate button down in the description. Don't ever forget that somehow, some way, every day you do make a difference. And what can I say? I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams tomorrow night at the premiere of the latest episode of Universal Collision, or the old-fashioned way when we have a visit the next time inside the videos.